What are your three strengths?
Oh, what are my three strengths? I'm dependable and I'm kind and I'm good at my work.
That's it?
Yes, that's all. Hi, WHT family. If this is your first time, my name is Popsann Francis and I am the founder of Women Healing Together. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. This is where we deal with all things women and I help women to achieve the 4 E's. Here they are. Exciting news, my darling husband has written a devotional called Transcendent Wisdom. The link to pre-order is in the description below. Now, today's video will be addressing a request I got some time back. It was about how can we do interviews and be very confident knowing that we are going to slay those interviews and we're going to do extremely well. You are in the right place because it so happens that I'm very good at interviews. Now, let's dig in. It's almost the end of 2022. Towards this time of year, women are thinking about venturing into new frontiers. You're thinking about maybe applying for jobs, applying for grad school. You're contemplating making changes in your life. And one possible change is securing another job, a better job, a more well-paying job, a job with better benefits, a job that allows you to have more time with your family, but you're still very nervous about the interview. Let me share with you some tips to make you confident in whatever interview you step in, whether it's online or face to face. The first thing that I want to address is your mindset. Yeah, I did not understand this mindset as a younger professional, but now I do. You are not desperate for a job, even though you may feel desperate. You have certain skills, qualification, and strengths that they need. Yes, they need you. Of course, you need the money, but they need you for their business. I don't want you to just think about what you have to offer in terms of qualifications, degrees, and all of those things, because the truth is, some of us may have degrees, but we do not have the personality, we do not have the work ethics and the professional ethics and integrity to make us successful. So, what do you have? Be confident in what you have to offer and bring that confidence to the interview. Change the mindset. People can know when you are desperate. One of the things I've learned from my sister, who you saw at the beginning of this video role playing with me, Janielle, is that she negotiates her salary. Yes, she's younger than I, but I have never negotiated my salary before hearing her do it. She knew what she had to offer. She said, I went to a prestigious British university. I graduated with honors on my dissertation. She knew what she had to offer and she marketed that and leveraged that at her job interviews. So I started to follow. That is something you want to consider. What do I have to offer? And change the mindset that you're desperate for this job. Even if you are, nobody needs to know. Number two, who? Weakness, weakness, weakness. Who likes to be asked about their weakness? Nobody. We don't. We don't even like the fact that we have weaknesses. This is a question that I find to be very annoying in interviews because you're asking me to tell you what my faults are, when I'm there to sell myself and convince you that I'm the right person for this job. But it is a critical question. It tests your awareness of self. People want to know that you are self-aware and you are in tune with who you are. If you are not able to identify your weaknesses, then you may not be the right person for the job. The next thing that this question of what are your weaknesses achieves is that it allows persons to know if you are honest and you're a person of integrity. Despite these two wonderful justifications for asking the question, what is your weakness? It still does not make it easy. Listen, this is not the time to go splurging on all the weaknesses you have. One is sufficient, unless they actually say, oh, identify 3 weaknesses. And I've never had an interview or heard of an interview where persons ask you to identify 3 weaknesses. They usually just say, what is your weakness? Here is the tip that I use in an interview. You don't want to just say, oh, my weakness is that I'm an overworker. Oh, my weakness is that I'm a perfectionist. You don't want to just leave it at that. Try to frame your weakness in a positive and let them know that you're working on it. Those 2 things are vital. So if someone says to me in an interview, oh, Popsann, what is your weakness? I know what my weakness is. So this is how I would frame a response to that question. Well, nobody likes to share weakness, but I have to be honest. My weakness is that when I am given a task, I tend not to take breaks, which leaves me overwhelmed. Though this may be a good thing because it shows that I am diligent and that I will be able to complete a task and that I'm dependable, I really need to learn to take breaks. And this is something that I'm actively working on. One of the ways I'm working on this is by just stretching every 1 hour or so, just standing at my desk and just stretching, giving myself a mental break. And that's that. So remember, you want to frame it in the positive without being dishonest. And you also want to let your interviewer know that you are working on that weakness. And the bonus, if you can actually tell them an action step that you're using to improve that weakness, great. Another example of a weakness could be the fact that you're an introvert. Maybe you see that as a weakness, which it's okay if you're an introvert, that's fine. We all have different personalities. You could say, yes, I'm an introvert. I tend not to socialize a lot, and that prevents me from networking. However, I am learning that that needs to be improved. And one of the things that I do is that I reach out via emails to persons who I do not come in contact with on a day-to-day basis so we can have a conversation to know each other as colleagues. Okay? I hope that helped. The final tip that I am going to share is something that I learned from a friend. We are about to explore the STAR method. This will change your life if you have never heard about it before. So I'm going to encourage you to go ahead, like this video, share this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed, you need to subscribe to the channel. Let's go. When I moved to Canada, Shay introduced me to the STAR method. Let's talk about using the STAR method to ensure that your interview is top notch. If someone asks you to give evidence of something that you have done, they're not going to say in the interview, oh, give me proof that you are who you say you are, unless they're really crabby and annoying. But usually they'll say to you, are you a leader? Are you an innovative thinker? Don't just say, yes, I am an innovative thinker. Don't just say, yes, I am a leader. So here is the STAR method. Interviewer says, Popsann, do you have leadership experience? Or they may say, have you ever solved a problem? S, situation. Outline the context. Oh, sure, yes, I have solved a problem. In fact, I have an example I'd like to share with you. I was asked to head an initiative with a number of students. However, there was a challenge because we were asked to communicate with the parents, and a lot of them did not have email addresses, and it was very, very difficult. That's your situation. Paint the context. Outline what the challenge was. T, task. State the overall purpose or goal that you wanted to achieve with the situation. In other words, state your responsibility. What was your specific task? My responsibility was to ensure that I created a plan and a mechanism that worked. My task was to present to my principal how I will be in constant communication with the parents. A, action. What did you actually do? If we had stopped at T, what was your task? It would be very, very vague. This is where you're going to prove that you are a woman of substance and a woman who gets the job done. So what did you do? I would say identify about 2 or 3 steps, no more. If you have 2, that's fine. Or if you have a major step that you did, a major act, a major action that you did, that's okay as well. But I usually like to go 3s, all right? Or even 2s, that's fine. So I met with my students and I asked, what is your parents' most frequent used medium of communication? And everybody told me that their parents had a smartphone and they used WhatsApp. That was the solution. Yes, email would be more professional, but the parents did not have email addresses. So I formulated a letter, sent home with the students, and that letter actually indicated that I wanted to know their cell phone numbers to add them to a WhatsApp group. And because of that, we were able to communicate with parents, and they were an integral part of the solution. R is results. What did your actions accomplish? What was the outcome? And this is how you could answer something like that. It is interesting that after going through those action steps, we saw a drastic reduction in discipline. Yes, because we were in constant contact with the parents, students were behaving better because they knew that we had easy access to their parents. Another thing that improved was the punctuality of students. In addition to that, homework was being done. Overall, the students were behaving better and they were performing better. This is just one example that I'd like to share with you that illustrates or demonstrates my leadership skills and my problem-solving skills. When you use the STAR method, a lot of the follow-up questions that make us really, really nervous disappear like smoke. I hope that this helps. There are other things that I could share with you, dressing the part. Yes, but we know those things. It's really about answering the questions. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this week's video as we spoke about 3 tips that you can use to improve your interview skills. Let me know how it goes and share with me in the comments if you have tips that other women can use in their interviews. Remember, we heal so much better when we heal together. Until next time, bye.